After Thursday's massive bombardment of Kyiv this morning, it was Ukraine's southeastern region which came under a huge aerial attack. Over 500 drones and 45 missiles were launched by Moscow, hitting 14 regions of Ukraine. At least one woman was killed in Zaporizhzhia and dozens more were injured, including children. As emergency crews battled the fires, President Zelenskyy demanded sanctions on Russia's banking and energy sectors, which bankroll Putin's war, posting, "It is absolutely clear that Moscow used the time meant for preparing a leaders-level meeting to organize new massive attacks. This war won't stop with political statements alone. Real steps are needed. We expect action from the US, Europe, and the entire world." Zelenskyy also paid tribute to former Ukrainian parliamentary speaker Andriy Parubiy, who, as purportedly shown in this CCTV, was shot multiple times and killed this morning by a man posing as a courier on an e-bike in the western city of Lviv. The 54-year-old rose to prominence during 2014's Euromaidan movement, which advocated for closer ties with the EU and brought down pro-Russian former president Viktor Yanukovych. Ukrainian police and intelligence services are investigating the murder. It remains unclear who was behind the attack. In Denmark, European defense ministers are meeting to discuss the US weaponry, including cruise missiles they've started purchasing for Ukraine under a new deal with the United States. But they're still trying to figure out how to provide NATO-like security guarantees, something Zelenskyy says they must clarify at a meeting this week. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz says Russia's renewed aggression needs to be hit with fresh sanctions.
All our efforts in recent weeks have been met with an even more aggressive approach by the Moscow regime against the people of Ukraine. And this will not stop until we've worked together to ensure that Russia can no longer continue this war, at least for economic reasons.
It's only been a fortnight since Presidents Trump and Putin met in Alaska. The hopes of a swift follow-up with Ukraine at the table seem to have been dashed. As Russia claims it's acquiring control over more territory, despite a crescendo of calls for a ceasefire, Ukrainians are all too aware the march of war still rattles on.